Hello guys, good morning and welcome to Exampur. Good morning everyone. Please confirm me that I'm audible and visible to you. My audio and video both are reaching to you properly. In today's session, we will discuss the Class 6 NCERT chapter number 1. As you know, in the previous two sessions of this channel, that was also related to the NCERT Class 6 chapter number 1. And in today's session, we will discuss all the remaining things of the chapter number 1. Okay. So this NCERT or this session that I started to for the student which are going to prepare, or the student which does not have the has clarity in the basic of the geography. So this session will very useful for them. Okay, so I think you should join this session and you should promote this session to others who are willing to prepare for the civil services, or who are preparing for the civil services and have some problem, or they are facing any trouble in the geography section. So they can join, and I think you will get benefited by this session. Okay, so in this session, we will cover some sections like what is the star, what is the celestial object, what is the new moon, and what is the full moon, what is the full moon, what is the new moon, all the things related to the astronomy we have discussed in this session, and that is the basic things which are required for your civil services examination, and the basic things which you should know about your astronomy. Okay, so the next section, or the next thing which are remained in this section, we will cover in today's session. Okay, so in the last session we have discussed about what is the new moon and the full moon. New moon and full moon. What is the celestial object, or you can say the celestial body. Celestial body. What is the celestial body? What is the planets? What is the star? What is the constellation? And the last topic that we were discussed about what is the solar system. Solar system, in which we discussed about the sun. What is the sun? Sun is basically a star, and the energy. Sun has the mechanism to produce energy through the nuclear fusion reaction. There is a nuclear fusion reaction is taking place in the sun, in which the hydrogen and hydrogen molecules nucleus fuses together and form the helium and produce the enormous quantity of the energy. And by this energy, the entire solar system is running. You can say the entire solar system, especially the system of the earth, is running by this solar energy. We are getting the energy from the solar energy. Our ecosystem, or you can say our biosphere, is working on the energy of that solar energy that are producing by the sun. Okay, so what is the sun? What is the structure of the sun? What is the layers? We have discussed about some interior part of the interior layer of the sun, and then we discuss about the atmosphere of the sun. What are the atmospheric layers of the sun? So in the last session we have discussed the interior of the sun and the atmospheric layer of the sun, and all the things are relevant for us. Okay, so in the last session we have discussed these things, and you know about this Exampur official application. You should know about the Exampur official application. This application is very relevant and very useful for the student who are preparing for the government examination, because on this application you will get many things in the free of cost. So like you will get the quizzes for the question you are searching here and there. So your problem will be resolved by the Exampur official application. If you want to solve the quizzes, you can go on this platform and solve these quizzes. And with the report card, you will get the report card of these quizzes. And another distinct feature of this application is you will get a test series. You will get the test papers. Okay, so for the test paper, you will expend the money on the in the market, but on this platform you will get the free of cost. You will get the test at the free of cost with the report card. That means with the evaluation of your test paper, you will get the test paper evaluation of the test. You will get the test paper on this on this platform. And the another thing, you will get the PDFs of the all previous year paper topic wise with the solution. Okay, so with solution, topic wise categorization is there of the your previous year question paper. If you study about any section of your syllabus, then you go on this platform and search the question that came from that section in any examination. That means the related examination for which you are preparing. So you can get the easily PDFs of that previous question paper in topic wise, and it is also feasible to make the printout of that section. You can make the printout of that PDFs, and you can convert that PDFs into hard copy. So it is feasible to you to study that previous question paper, and previous question is the basically mirror of your preparation. Okay, you can assess the things on the basis of the previous question paper. So I always suggest for the civil services aspirant, you must have previous year question paper on your study table, and you must have the syllabus of UPSC on your table. So two things are very essential, very important for your during your preparation. The first is the syllabus, and the second is the previous year question paper, because both are the things on the basis of you which provide you base, which you can say you that things put you on the right direction, on the right path. Okay, if you are preparing for the civil services, and if you are a serious aspirant for your examination, then you must have to you must keep these two things on your study table. So all the things are provided on this application. You will get the full length and the sectional test paper. If you want to if you want to preference on any section of your syllabus, then you can join this, and there is the availability of the sectional test paper on this platform. Okay, and another thing, important thing, another that is you will get the daily, weekly, and the monthly current events or the current affair. So role of the current affair, you know about the role of the current affair at the present examination pattern, and at the present time, the role of the current affair is very essential for any examination, especially in the civil services examination. Then you will get the monthly, daily, and weekly current affair on this platform. So these are the distinct feature of this application, and I think you must go through this application, and you must get the benefits of that are providing by this by Exampur through this application at the free of cost to the student or the aspirant. Okay, so you must join this application and download this application. As you download the general application on your mobile phone, go to the Play Store, search the Exampur application, and download and register yourself with your mobile number or email ID, and get benefits of all the benefits that are providing on this application. In the last session, we have discussed about the sun. What is the sun? What is the structure of the sun? What is the structure of the atmosphere of the sun? Sun is basically a luminous object. That is, the sun is the star. A star has the mechanism to produce the energy. That is why they are luminous object, and they are also the celestial object because they are located in the space. So you know about what is the celestial object. Celestial object are the objects which are located on the in the space, that are called the celestial object. So our Earth or any planet, any asteroid, any meteorites, all the things are the, you can say, celestial object. Okay. So what is the structure of the Earth? You studied about this structure in the previous session, and the sun is divided into the three sections. Internally, we can divide the sun's interior into three parts. The first or the innermost part is called the core. the innermost part is called the core, and the second layer, that is outer layer of the core, or you can say the upper part of on the upper section of the core, this is the zone, or this is the area that is called the radiation zone. And the last one, or the outer, or you can say the uppermost part of the sun's interior, is called the convection zone. So there are three parts, or the three zones are available. Three zones are available on the in the sun as you study in the earth, that is the crust, mantle, and core. So same here, core, then after that you can say radiation zone, and then convection zone. Okay, and there is a three layers also present in the atmosphere of the sun, that is the corona, chromosphere, and the photosphere. So please name these layers of the sun, and these layers are very important for your examination. So you should know about these things. The next one, the next topic of this NCERT is the planet. So firstly, you should know about the what is the planet. What is the planet, and then after which type of the planets are found in our solar system, and special planet that is the Earth, which that the Earth is the special planet because we belongs from the Earth. We belongs from the Earth, and Earth is the only planet on which till now the survival can existing, or we can survive, or we the life is existing at the present time, and the present knowledge. Okay, so planet. What is the planet? You should know about what is the planet. So planets are the celestial object. It is also the celestial object. It is also the celestial object, but it does not have any mechanism. Planets doesn't have any mechanism to produce the energy. So they are not luminous object, they are non-luminous object. They are non-luminous bodies because they don't have any mechanism to produce energy. Okay, they don't have any mechanism to produce energy. So celestial object, and they are non-luminous object. At the present time, they get the energy. Planets get the energy from the energy of sun. They get energy from the sun. They get energy from the sun. They get energy from the sun. They don't have any mechanism to produce energy. Okay, on itself. Okay, so get energy from the sun. At the present time in our solar system, there are 8 planets are existing. Okay, there are 8 planets are existing, and the celestial objects that are revolving around the planets. Okay, so main feature, another feature, the planets revolve around the planets revolve around the sun. They always revolve around the sun into a fixed orbit, or you can say in a fixed path. Okay, a fixed path Okay, so these are the important celestial objects which revolve around the sun. This is the important and the distinct feature of the planet. And the celestial object, there are also existing of some celestial object that revolving around the planets. Planet itself revolving around the sun, but there is also the celestial object which are revolving around the planets, and these celestial object is called the satellites. These celestial object is called the satellites. So satellites, suppose there is a sun. If this is the sun, that means there are planets which are revolving around the sun. They are revolving around the sun, but there is also the existence of some celestial object which are revolving around this particular planet, and this type of the object is called the satellite. This is called the satellite. So what is the meaning of what is the satellites? Satellites are the objects, or the celestial are the satellites are the celestial object which revolve around the sun and the revolve around the planets, not the sun. It revolves around the planets, and the objects that revolve around the sun, that a particular object is called, the particular celestial object is called the planets. So these are the some important feature of the planets. There are 8 planets that are existing at the present time in our solar system, and the one planet in 2000, before 2006 there were 9 planets. There were 9 planets, and the one planet that is called the Pluto. Pluto was considered as the planet before 2006. Since 2006, Pluto is not considered as the planet. It has been categorized as the dwarf planet because it intersects the orbit of the Neptune. Okay, so and there is a criteria to being a planet. If any celestial object is considered a planet, it should be follow the 3 category or the 3 criteria. Especially first one is it has a minimum size and second one is it has independent path. It has a independent orbit. So any object could be categorized as a you can say planet if that object has an independent orbit. If any planet or any object has not independent orbit, that means it could not be considered as a planet. So planet should have the independent orbit, and the Pluto was intersecting the orbit of the Neptune, and that is why the Pluto has been expelled from the list of planet. Okay, Pluto has been expelled from list of planet, and now it is considered as a dwarf planet. Pluto is considered as the dwarf planet. Okay, so it is important thing you should know about the planets and the dwarf planet. So I think these are the important thing you should know about the planets. Now there are 8 planets. The name of that planets, the first one is Mercury, then Venus, then Earth, then Mars, then Jupiter, then Saturn, then Uranus, and the Neptune. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, and Pluto is not considered. Pluto's location is this, and Pluto is not planet now. Since now it is the dwarf planet. Now it is considered as the dwarf planet. Okay. Now you should know about this thing. The planets which are you can say that there are 4 planets. We should write this sequential. Okay. So if you study Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. So you should know that Pluto is not now planet. It is considered as the dwarf planet. The planets which are located near to the sun. If the sun is located here, these planets are basically formed by rocky structure. There is a rocky structure is found in these planets. Okay, these planets are rocky structure. So density of these planets is more, and that is why these planets are called the terrestrial planets. They are called the terrestrial planets, or it is also known as the inner planets. These 4 planets are called the inner planets. Inner planets. And these 4 which are located at the outside portion, It is basically composed of the gaseous material, and that is they are called the gaseous planets. They are called the gaseous planets, and they are also considered as the outer planets. They are also considered as the outer planets. Okay, they are considered as the outer planets. Now, you understand here, from the sun, the distance is increasing. When we move away from the sun, the distance is increasing. If the distance is increasing in manner, that means the solar radiation or the intensity or amount of the solar radiation will also decrease. So planets which are near about, or the planets which are relatively near and located at the nearest to the sun, did have the maximum solar radiation, and that is why the temperature of these planets is very high. And the planets which are far away from the sun, the planets which are relatively far away from the sun, they does not receive the sufficient, or you can the adequate amount of the solar radiation, and that is why they don't have the high temperature. The temperature of these planets is very low. Okay, so these planets which has very low temperature and this planet which has a very high temperature, both are not feasible for the life. Okay, so all the temperature, or you can say the both category of the planets which are very near and the planets which are far away, both are not suitable for the life existence. So in every solar system, there is a zone in which the life can be exist. That means the temperature is not so much high or the temperature is not so much low. The zone in which the survival or the life could be existing or the could be existed, that particular zone is called the Goldilocks zone. That particular zone is called the Goldilocks zone. So zone in which the life could be existable, or this zone is called Goldilocks zone. UPSC has been asked this Goldilocks zone 2 times. Okay, so what is the Goldilocks zone? Goldilocks zone is the zone of any solar system or the group of the planets on which a life could be existing. There is a possibility of the existence of life. So there is a possibility of the existence of life, this especially in the Earth and Mars. Okay, so Earth and Mars is located in the Goldilocks zone. Goldilocks zone is suitable for the life existence, and this Goldilocks zone is existing in every solar system. You can know, you can understand it. It is existing at the every solar system. Okay, so what is the Goldilocks zone? I think you understand here, understood here what is the Goldilocks zone. These are the rocky planet that is called the terrestrial planets. These are the gaseous planets because they are made of the gaseous material, and that is why the density of these planets is very low. See, relatively, the density of these planets is very low. So you can know the density, you should know about this. Density is low, and the rocky planets has the density high. Density of these planets is high. The maximum density in any in the solar system, Earth has the maximum density in the solar system, and that is why that is the 5.5 gram per cubic centimeter. Okay, so you should know about the which planet has the maximum density in the solar system. Earth has the maximum density in the solar system, that is the 5.5 gram per cubic centimeter. And these planets are made of the rocky structure, and that is why the density of these planets is relatively high, and the outer planets has less density than the terrestrial or inner planets. So gaseous planet, terrestrial planet, outer planet, inner planet, you should know about the differences between these planets. Okay, so these are the things related to. Now, what is the Earth? Earth is basically a planet, or you can say the celestial planet, which is located in the Goldilocks zone, and that is why there is a existing of the life. Okay, that is why it is suitable for the existing of the life. Earth is basically, you can say in our solar system is single planet till now that on which the life is existing at the present time. Okay, life is existing at the present time. Okay, so we will study in detail about the earth in the next classes, because geography is all about the study of the earth. Geography is basically related to the study of earth, and so we will discuss about the earth in detail in the next classes of the geography section. Okay, so this is the earth, about the earth, something about the planet and the earth. So moon. Next, earth is a planet, and that earth has a satellite, a natural satellite. Okay, so natural satellites, that is known as the moon. Earth has a natural satellite that is known as the moon. Moon is basically a celestial object that is revolving around the sun. Moon is the celestial object that is revolving around the sun. Okay, you should know about this. Moon is celestial object that is revolving around the sun. And revolving around the earth, not the sun. Revolving around the earth. And earth is revolving around the sun. So it is the earth, and a moon, or you can say a celestial object, that is moon. This celestial object is revolving around the earth in a fixed path, and that path is called the orbit of the moon. This path is called the orbit of the moon. Okay, so impact of the moon also seen on the earth's surface in the case of tide. If you study the tide, then you will learn that the role of the moon is also important on our earth. Okay, so this is the moon. What is the important feature of the moon? The lunar feature, it does not has any atmosphere. Moon does not has any atmosphere. Because why moon does not has any atmosphere? There is no any composition of the gases is covered the moon, or covered the satellite. In the case of the earth, we always study that there is a blanket of the atmosphere around the sun. Because why this blanket is stable? We are living at the third atmosphere. At the present time, we are living at the third atmosphere. That means there are 3 times atmosphere has been formed, and now the composed atmosphere is the third atmosphere on the earth's surface, and on the earth, you can say. In the case of the moon, there is a less gravitational force. There is a less gravitational force, and that is why this is the reason. Due to the less gravitational force, the gases could not be bounded around the moon. Okay, the gases could not be bounded, couldn't bounded. Okay, so if the gases, if the you can say, if there is a high gravitational force was existed around in the moon, so gases that has been released from this section, the moon bound that gases around the object, around the satellite. But due to the less amount of the gravitational force, these gases could not bounded by this object, and that is why the gases released into the space, and there is an absence of the atmosphere. What is the reason why the moon does not has any atmosphere? So there is a clear and straight answer. Because due to the less gravitational force, moon, when the gases was emitted during the cooling of the moon, that gases was not bounded by the moon because of the less gravitational force, and that is why there is absence of the atmosphere around the moon. Okay, earth has a relatively high gravitational force, and that is why the gases does not cross the escape velocity. Because what is the escape velocity? Escape velocity is the minimum is the velocity which is required to move away from the gravitational force of the earth. That is the 11.2 km per hour per second. Okay, so there is a absence of the gravitational, or you can say the less gravitational force, absence of the atmosphere is seen. Okay, so there is no atmosphere, and the surface of the moon is dry, dusty, rocky surface. If you move on the surface of the moon, you will realize that there is a dry surface, and dusty surface. There is a dust also existing at the surface of the moon, and the rock surface. There is a rock structure is formed. Okay. There is also a many mountain ranges are also existing on the moon. Many mountain ranges is also existing on the moon. So moon surface has uneven. Moon surface is the uneven surface, and there is a mountain ranges. Meria low and the right areas, dark areas, impact craters, and the moon, the area which is appears darker from the earth. This area is a darker area. Okay, because this dark area consists the this dark area is made of by basaltic lava. Okay, this dark area is made of the basaltic lava, and basaltic lava is the dark in color. And there is a many mountain ranges are located on the moon, and that is why we if we look the moon, there is a many spots many spots appears from the earth. So moon surface is dry, dusty, rocky. There are mountain ranges existing. There is no atmosphere. Dark areas also impact found, and there is also many craters also existing. That means craters. Sorry, not creator, craters. Many craters are also there. Craters means craters are the landscape or the landform which has been developed through the volcanic activities. So if craters are existing at the moon, that means there is the volcanic activity also taken place before some year or before some time. Okay? So this is the lunar feature of the moon. You can say moon is revolving around the earth, and moon is also rotating on its axis. And due to the duration of the moon revolution and the rotation is almost same, and that is why we always see only one phase. We always see only one phase, one side, or you can say the one phase. Only one phase or one side of the moon. We always see only one phase of the moon. Okay, always. We never see the another phase of the monsoon. Another phase of the moon. Another phase of the moon. So why? What are the reason why we always face the single phase of? We always face the single phase of the moon, because there is a rotation and revolution timing is almost same, and that is why the moon's one side or the moon's one phase is always remain constant toward the earth, and that is why we always look only one phase. We always able to look only one phase of the moon. This would be an important point. So why there is no atmosphere? Why there has no atmosphere? I told about you, Anju, the gravitational force when the solar system was cooling down, all the objects has been made of by the gases. Okay, so if gases started to cool down, there is a many gases excretion was taking place in the atmosphere. If any object has the less gravitational force, if the gas releases and this object does not has sufficient amount of the gravitational force which can bound this gas into their atmosphere, so these gases will release into outer space or into space. So due to the less gravitational force, moon was not able to bound these gas to make the atmosphere, and that is why these gases has been released into the space, and due to these phenomena, due to this mechanism, there is an absence of the atmosphere in the moon. Is it clear? Why? Due to the less gravitational force. In the case of Earth, when the gases releases from the Earth, Earth's gravitational force is relatively higher than the moon, and that is why these gases were not able to move away from the gravitational force. That means there is a requirement of the escape velocity. So gases was not exceeds the escape velocity, and that is why these gases has been bounded, these gases has been controlled by the gravitational force, and they form a atmosphere around the sun. Now, the next point is asteroids. The next point is the asteroids. What is the asteroids? Asteroids are also celestial object. It was also the celestial object. They are the rocky structure or the small rocks which are revolving around the sun. And these asteroids is especially concentrated between the Mars and Jupiter. Okay, they are especially concentrated between the orbit of the Mars and Jupiter. Between the Mars and Jupiter. You can look in this picture and okay, so look this picture. There is a Mars and this is the Jupiter. So between the Mars and Jupiter, there is a rocky structure has been seen in this picture, and this object is called asteroids. This rocky structure has been called as the asteroids. Okay, so asteroid is especially concentrated between these Mars and Jupiter, and they are also the rocks. You can say the rocky structure, or you can say the rocks which are revolving around the sun into this. This is called the asteroids. Okay, asteroids. In this picture, you can see the asteroid belt is also located between the Mars and the Jupiter. So it would be a question in your examination. Asteroid belt is located between which two planets? Asteroid belt is located between which two planets? So you should know about the asteroid belt is located between the Mars and Jupiter. This is located between the Mars and Jupiter. Okay, this is the asteroid. This is the rocky structure. The next one is the meteorites. Two words, that is the meteorites. And you should know about the meteorites. What is the difference between the meteors, meteorites, asteroids, and comets? Okay, so what is the difference between the asteroids, meteorites, meteors, comets? Four things. Okay, so firstly you should know about the meteor. Meteor is basically the streak of light seen when meteorites heat up in the atmosphere. So what is the meteor? Meteorites are the object, you can say the fragment, meteor fragment that reaches at the you can say meteorite, a rocky or metallic fragment of an asteroids, comets, of planets. Okay, come to the planet. The rocky or you can say the metallic structure of any asteroids which is fragmented into a small part, that is called the meteorites. If any meteorites enter into the atmosphere of Earth, there is a working of friction is taking place. So if any object or if any rocky structure enters into the atmosphere of the Earth, due to the friction, they started to burn. They started to lit up. And due to the lightning of this is called the meteor. So if meteorite enters into the atmosphere and it started to burn, and that is why, and that structure is called the meteor. Suppose this. Okay, so meteor and meteorites. Meteorites is the object, and the meteor, when it started to burn, that meteorites is termed as the meteors. Okay, that meteorites is termed as the meteor. Asteroid, what is the asteroid? Rocky body is smaller than a planet that orbits the sun. The asteroids are the rocky body, but it is not so much in amount, so much in the size of as much as the planet size. So it is the less you can say the less in the size, or you can say the low in the size than the planets, and this rocky structure is revolving around the sun. Suppose this is the asteroid. Mainly asteroids is found between these two between asteroid belt that is located in the between the Mars and Jupiter. But asteroid is possible, this is a possibility, so asteroid is present in any part of the solar system. It is not necessary, it is not compulsory that asteroid always found between the Mars and Jupiter. It is not compulsory, it is not mandatory. Meteorites could be available at any stage or any part of the solar system, but mostly the concentration of the meteorites is basically found between the Mars and Jupiter, and that concentration belt is called the asteroid belts. Okay, that is called the asteroid belt. So this is the asteroid. Asteroid is basically the rocky structure, and this, if this asteroid or the small part of the small part of the asteroid is called the meteorites, and if meteorites enter into the atmosphere, it is termed as the meteors. And the one another term, that is the comet. Comet is basically icy body that releases gases at its orbit in the sun. Comet is basically the icy body. It is not the rocky structure. Comet is not the rocky structure. So this is the difference. This is the basic difference between the comet, meteorites, meteor, and asteroids. Okay, so this is the difference between the meteorites and asteroids. So I think you understood the things whatever I told from here, and this is the material which is related to the your class 6 NCERT chapter number 1, and all things has been clear, and you should go through the book. You should go through the chapter number 1, read the chapter thoroughly, and then make a synopsis. Firstly, make the synopsis to make a better understanding of the subject matter. Okay, so guys, in today's class we discussed all the things, and your first chapter of the NCERT class 6 has been completed, and we will meet with another chapter into next class. And don't forget to subscribe this channel and download the Exampur official application to get the benefits that are providing on that platform. So you will benefits will help you in your examination. Okay, so we will meet into the next session. Thank you so much.